Wishes Fulfilled by Dr. Wayne Dyer. The beginning. I have had periods of being off the path and always that inner voice bringing me back to writing and living each day to my divine mission. Everything is happening at once. It is simply one of the great mysteries, this idea of everything happening at once. Yet, in my dream state and occasionally in deep meditation, I have had a glimpse of this non linearity. As you read Wishes Fulfilled, I encourage you to take notice of the importance of being able to feel in your body what you desire to manifest. Pay particular attention to what it means to know within that you are truly a divine being here in the material world of ours on earth. I repeatedly emphasize in the pages that follow the importance of your imagination in creating a wishes fulfilled life. But your imagination is strictly a domain that's controlled by your thinking processes. Once you place a thought into your imagination about who you want to become, I encourage you to live from that end as if it had already materialized into the physical realm. Assuming the feeling of the wish to know their truths as already fulfilled. And when you are able to passionately feel whatever it is that you wish to have or become, as it is aligned with your highest self, that is God, you become it and it becomes you. There exists within all of us a divine spark called the I am that I am. And when it is kindled and nourished, it is capable of miracle making at an astonishing level. The words I am healed and I am paralysis free that Nicolette spoke, even though the physical evidence strongly indicated otherwise, may sound strange or even absurd to you as you read this, but I assure you they will make sense as you read Wishes Fulfilled. Part 1, the higher aspects of yourself. Chapter 1, changing your concept of yourself. My emphasis throughout this book is that manifestation is real and that it occurs when you make a specific decision to change your mind about who you are and what is possible for you to achieve within these parentheses in eternity called your life. In many ways, you've been programmed to believe that you did not possess the wisdom or ability to manifest the fulfillment of your wishes and desires. There's a plane of awareness that you can adopt to live at, wherein you can, if you are willing to change your concept of yourself as an ordinary being, find yourself fulfilling any and all wishes that you have for yourself. Ordinary is, well, ordinary. It means that you do all of the things that your culture and your family have programmed you to do. It implies that you fit in, study hard, follow the rules, take care of your obligations, fill out the forms, pay your taxes, get a job, and do what every law-abiding citizen does. And then you retire, play with your grandchildren, and ultimately die. But extraordinary consciousness is associated with your soul, that invisible, boundaryless energy that looks out from behind your eyeballs and has very different interests than your ordinary self. The ideal of your soul is space, expansion, and immensity. And the one thing it needs more than anything else is to be free to expand, to reach out, and to embrace the infinite. Why? Because your soul is infinity itself. It has no restrictions or limitations. It resists being fenced in. And when you attempt to contain it with rules and obligations, it is miserable. Your invisible self is extraordinary because it is a fragment of the universal soul, which is infinite. The part of you that knows you have greatness and is stirred by the idea of you expanding and removing any and all limitations is what I am addressing here in Wishes Fulfilled. Your self-concept contains a myriad of self-descriptors regarding this thing that you call your physical body, and you probably regard them as absolute truth. Your inner self-concept involves your beliefs about the invisible energy and intelligence that is the most significant portion of your being. You also have a self-concept about what your inner energetic ghost cannot do. Is it capable of thinking itself out of a serious disease, or is it just a lot of nonsense? Your self-concept is a blend of your beliefs regarding your connection to a higher power. You believe something about the existence or not existence of God. If you would like to become a person who has the capacity to have all of your wishes fulfilled, it will be necessary for you to move to that higher plane of existence where you are a co-creator of your life. This means that you'll need to undertake what is often presumed to be the difficult task of changing your concept of yourself. To move into the extraordinary space that I'm writing about in this book requires you to change what you believe is true. Get this clearly in your head in this first chapter. A higher concept of yourself involves taking on new truths and shedding your old views of what you can achieve. This is the only way you can achieve your desires. You must begin by replacing your old set of truths with the belief in the existence of a higher self within yourself. You have the ability to enter higher regions so as to consciously fulfill your highest desires here now for the greatest benefit of all. This is akin to doing a somersault and landing in a new reality, a reality in which all things are possible, a reality where you no longer identify yourself with all of those cultural memes and mind viruses that were programmed into you as a young person, preparing you for an ordinary life. You begin this exciting adventure of changing your concept of yourself by being willing to die to your present self. Years ago, while reading Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, I recall him saying that there's one distinguishing characteristic of those who live life at a higher level with a richness that's not just about monetary gain. It is that these unique and rare individuals have a burning desire to succeed. To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. Create your unique, heartfelt affirmation, such as, I have a burning desire, an inner flame that will not be extinguished by outer forces, to know and live from higher regions, to be transformed so that my new concept of myself will no longer include any limitations. I am willing to challenge and change any thoughts that impede my having a higher vision of myself. If you really believe that you are the creator of all your thoughts and control the entire process, then simply stop. That's right. Just try to stop thinking. You can think of yourself as a divine, limitless being rather than a person who doesn't have a choice when it comes to your thoughts. Every thought going by has an imprint on your concept of yourself. At this stage, the essence of your being is to observe, contemplate, and then choose. I'm encouraging you to initiate a habit of choosing thoughts and ideas that support feeling good and feeling powerful. We are deliberately compelling ourselves to accept all love, all kindness, all hope, all joy, all expansion, all abundance, all health, all vigor. We are saying nothing is true but the great and the good and the beautiful. Only these will we add unto ourselves. Keeping uppermost in mind that if you want to accomplish something, anything, you must first expect it of yourself. 3 suggestions. Affirm. I place no limitations and no restrictions on all that I intend to accomplish and become from here on in. 2, allow yourself to become aware of the non-physical reality that you're a part of. Reach out to the angels or occupants of this higher invisible plane. Spend time in meditation, accessing the feelings of a plane of higher consciousness. 3, whenever you're expecting discomfort or sadness, rather than trying to change the thought behind your emotional state, instead just put it back onto the never-ending conveyor belt of thoughts and then select a different thought. Your higher self, chapter 2. For the past 18 months or so, I've been deeply involved in the study of what is known as initiate science, the principal goal of which is to help the initiate student, meaning you and me, know and trust in the higher self. If you've read the first chapter of this book, then you know that it's necessary that you make the choice to change what you believe is true. Are you willing to internalize radical new ideas that require a shift in your concept of yourself? Are you receptive to the idea of having a higher self that isn't defined by ego concerns? Are you able to entertain the idea of an unlimited higher self that is within you? The I in the question still hasn't been discovered, but it's become absolutely clear that you are obviously not your body. None of us are really doing anything. Rather, our bodies are merely being done. The I is your higher self, changeless and real. As you read on, keep in mind that if it is changing, it is not real. Your possessions, achievements, reputations, trophies, bank accounts, even your family members, including your children, are all aspects of the world that is changing, dissolving to nothingness, all unreal. But the real I that is, you can smile at all of those lower self ego identified proceedings. So begin to know yourself as something far greater than the ever changing, ever dying aspects that have dominated your pictures of who you are. Who am I is then answered with I am an infinite being who originated not from my parents, but from a source that is itself birthless, deathless, and changeless. There is a spark of God within you that is the invisibleness I've been alluding to. Imagine it growing to double its size, then a tenfold spark, then maybe a shred, then a segment, then a chunk, then a lump, then a piece or a section, and just perceive that spark of God as the real you, becoming visible through your loving and inviting attentiveness until you feel the sacred presence of your higher self as the guiding light of your life. This new brain is comprised exclusively of infinite God energy. As a growing spark of God, you must be willing to say that portion of myself that has not edged God out, ego, must be perfect. It is all-knowing and it is almighty. There is nothing that this higher self that I am, cannot accomplish. With God, all things are possible. All things are possible leaves nothing out. You can tell yourself with genuine knowing, I am perfect. God no longer resides outside of you and no longer plays favorites. Your higher self is a piece of an all-loving, all-embracing, creative source. And all you need to do is begin to align yourself with this divine essence, begin to act like it acts, and think like it thinks, and you will begin the process of manifesting just as it does. Give your divine nature a chance. Toss out any self-limiting ideas about your divine nature and what it is capable of achieving. Your highest self awaits you in chapter 3. 3 suggestions. Right now, in what I am about to say or do my desires stem from my lower or my higher self? Give your divine nature a chance by asking yourself this question. 2, spend some of your quiet meditation time visualizing a tiny spark of awareness glowing within your being. Practice seeing this God portion of yourself expanding its glow within your mind. See it growing into a personally satisfying size. 3, use these affirmations frequently. I am all-knowing. I am all-powerful. I am unlimited. Chapter 3, your higher self. There's a spark of God within you. The concept of your higher self will gradually evolve into your higher self, which is truly omniscient, almighty, and capable of producing miracles. Much of the organized religious teachings proclaims that God is an all-powerful being outside of you. With men, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. It may seem blasphemous to say that I am God is because we've adopted the God of the ego, created by humans from ego-based ideas of a God that imitates our most unholy human attributes. I have lectured throughout the world on the idea of having our wishes fulfilled via the avenue of assuming the power of God that is not only our birthright, but our very essence. It is when you are feeling reverence is most intense that you are closest to God. And when you're closest to God, your life is richest. You can't be any closer to God than to be God. You are the I am that I am. The name of God, which is you and me, is I am. This is the fundamental teaching of the I am discourses and becomes acquainted with your higher self. Still having trouble seeing yourself as God? Try this. Imagine God as the ocean. If you take a bucket of water out of the ocean, is the water in the bucket the ocean? Yes, indeed. It is altogether ocean. And the ocean, even though it is larger, is still altogether the whole of the ocean in the bucket. Now think of yourself as a bucket of God, altogether God, and God is altogether you. 3 suggestions. Become conscious of precisely how you are using the words I am in your daily conversations. If whatever follows these 2 words is not fully aligned with your perception of how the creative source of the universe would be speaking, then make the correction on the spot. Say to yourself, I am the resurrection and the life and thought and feeling. There is no limit to what you can do with it. It was the statement that Jesus used most in his difficult trials. 2, if they are willing to listen and change, gently remind them that there is no way to attract what they prefer without acknowledging and applying the active presence of God in them. By observing and teaching the I am awareness, you will become more aligned with your higher self. 3, be able to say I am God with pride and assurance. God is love, and that you are proud to be that all-powerful God yourself. Chapter 4, the first wishes fulfilled foundation, using your imagination. Divine synchronicity is always working. The greatest gift you were ever given was the gift of your imagination. It is a power that is virtually unlimited and has been given to you as your birthright. Today, the world of quantum physics confirms that the universe is made of formless energy and that particles do not originate from particles. Everything springs from something that is akin to your imagination. My favorite definition of success, which I've cited on numerous occasions, was offered by Henry David Thoreau in the mid-19th century at Walden Pond. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. I've italicized 2 words in Thoreau's definition of success: dreams and imagined. Keep in mind this basic axiom: if all that now exists was once imagined, then what you want to exist for you in the future must now be imagined. By believing passionately in something that does not yet exist, we create it. The non-existent is whatever we have not sufficiently desired. This is the power of your imagination, when what you desire is imagined sufficiently to make it your reality. Highly functioning, self-actualized people simply never imagine what it is that they don't wish to have as their reality. Some rules for a healthy imagination. Rule number 1 is never place into your imagination any thought that you would not want to materialize. Rule number 2 is of equal importance. Never allow your imagination to be contaminated by ideas about how your life used to be. Rule number 3 is a strong reminder to you that your imagination is yours and yours alone. It is a vast, boundaryless realm within you that no one has access to. Never, and I mean never, allow anyone else's ideas of who you can and can't become to sully your dream or pollute your imagination. And so it is with most well-meaning, self-appointed life coaches who tell you how you should be thinking about your future. Rule number 4 may surprise you. It concerns what you don't want to let monopolize your imagination. Do not let your imagination be restricted to the current conditions of your life, or what I call being obsessed with what is. If you want to elevate your life and become a manifestor, then you have to change what you believe to be true about yourself that has landed you where you are. Your imagination is the source of all that has yet to manifest for you. Your imagination is unlimited. Albert Einstein made this astute observation: logic will get you from A to B, imagination will take you everywhere. Every time you put a non-God descriptor after I am, you negate your divine nature. Carl Jung called this phenomenon synchronicity, a collaboration with fate that seems to take place with strange and wonderful coincidences happening. Chapter 5, the second wishes fulfilled foundation, live from the end. You being asked to put your 5 senses into a lockbox so that they can't persuade you that you are ignoring what they perceive as reality. We are all God. You can make your imagination a place where you absolutely call things as you insist that they be, even though they may not have appeared in the 3rd dimension as reported by your 5 senses. This is where you must learn to trust, think, and live from rather than anticipation of. Hence the title of this chapter, Live from the End. Disregard appearances, conditions, in fact, all evidence of your senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you are already what you want to be, for in that determined assumption, you and your infinite being are merged in creative unity, and with your infinite being, all things are possible. God never fails. You can count on your 5 senses to attempt to convince you that you should pay homage only to them and treat your imagination as unimportant and illusory. But that doesn't mean that you have to allow them to usurp your new concept of yourself. By placing new I ams into my imagination, my future dream is a present fact. I am acknowledging the I am presence as God dwelling in me. The truth is, I have within me a very powerful knowing that when I place something into my imagination, it is already a fact for me. I've had the same kind of thinking from the end in every phase of my professional career. The facts are for me that a picture in my imagination is already my reality. There is a mindset you can choose to embrace. Let go of all doubt. Forget about the when. It will develop into a material fact on divine time. Forget about the how. Live it inwardly. There is a great power that you possess if you're willing to claim it as your own. Live each day as if that idea you have in your imagination is, in fact, your reality. Overcoming this I am not mentality begins with trusting your inner world of spirit. Live from the perspective that all things are possible. Our highest self is unconditional love, no separation, no time, no judgment. If you believe in things like attracts like, then the absolute best way to attract what's best for you is to love yourself to the point where you are filled with love and will only attract to your life everything that confirms this belief about yourself. It's actually very simple, really. The only thing you need to learn is that you already are what you are seeking to attain. In the book of Joel, the Lord's advice is in harmony with what I'm writing in this chapter. Let the weak say, I am strong. Joel 3:10. It is truly as simple as these 7 words from the Bible advise. If you say, I am weak, you defile the name of God that is your highest self. Instead of I am incapable of getting a job, shift to I am capable. Similarly, replace proclamations of I am not able to live in peace with I am peace. I am unlucky in love is replaced by I am love. I am unworthy of happiness becomes I am happiness. It is impossible for you to overstate the significant, for me to overstate the significance of using the 2 words I am. They have transformative energy to guide and direct the highest power in the universe, revealing you as God revealed being. Here are a few examples. Affirm, I am sober, I am perfectly healthy. I am in perfect command of my speech. I am prosperous. I am well. I am perfect health. I am in possession of unlimited energy. I am love. I am in a loving relationship. I am a genius. Calling upon this name, I am, and placing it in your imagination and living from this place literally joins you with the source of power that allows you to become all that you've affirmed, as well as to create miracles. 3 suggestions. 1, commit yourself to your own magnificence. Affirm, I am love, I am God, I am worthy, I am infinite, silently and out loud. 2, fearlessly place I ams into your imagination. Recognize that your false self, your ego, would never have allowed this expansion of your awareness. Ignore 3-dimensional evidence that has defined your existence up to now. 3, take this advice from the I am discourses. Decide what you want to do or become, and then ignoring any and all interference, repeatedly say, I am the presence doing it. Chapter 6. The 3rd wish is fulfilled foundation, feeling it. That which you feel yourself to be, you are, and you are given that which you are. So assume the feeling that would be yours, where you are already in possession of your wish, and your wish must be realized. So live in the feeling of being the one you want to be, and that you shall be. I have a quotation on the wall near my bed that's from a recording Neville made in 1944, which reads, make your future dream a present fact by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To summarize, the cycle of the creative process is first a thought, then a feeling, then a hardening into a physical object, or ultimately a new volitional act. No assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled, no fulfillment of your wishes. In other words, it is absolutely imperative to learn how to assume in your imagination the feeling of already having and being what you desire. Your feelings, on the other hand, are experienced in your body, the place where you do all of your living in this corporal material world. Your feelings play more of a role in your life than you realize. Knowing something spiritually is a very different matter altogether. In order to know something spiritually, you must experience it. There's no other way. You cannot simply think your way to a new awareness. You do have this wondrous power to take a thought that is in your imagination, live from that place in your daily life, and then experience in your body exactly how that feels and stay with that feeling. Be in a place where your wish must be fulfilled, such as the power of your feelings. All reported that the feeling level was primary. Sensation precedes manifestation, and it is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. I have assumed the feeling of the wish fulfilled, feeling the love in my body as I imagine millions of people learning these lessons that have so impacted my life. I'll look at the book jacket. I see the book is completed. Most important, I feel love in action. Ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feeling. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious mind until it is felt, but once felt, be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed. Feeling is the one and only medium through which ideas are conveyed to the subconscious. Spiritual understanding differs in that it requires experiencing it. God is love, and he who abides in love abides in God and God in him. Your mission is to get to that place of assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even if the wish has yet to materialize in your physical reality. Think thoughts like, I am well, I am strong, I am prosperous, I am employed. If you experience the feeling of love, joy, exhilaration, peace, and happiness in your body, even when your sensations are contradictory, your subconscious records the feelings. Neville is clear about this. To impress the subconscious with the desirable state, you must assume the feeling that would be yours had you already realized your wish. The subconscious mind accepts as true what you feel is true. That is why it is so all-out crucial to begin feeling in your body what you would like to manifest into your life. Whatever you wish to manifest, associate a feeling of love with it and impress that feeling on the universal subconscious mind, and it will do the rest. God is love, and with God, all things are possible. Impacting your subconscious mind. One, the subconscious mind responds to suggestions. Talk to this automatically receptive component of yourself, telling it that you are unlimited and that you believe all things are possible. Two, the subconscious mind possesses the power to manifest physical reality from thought. In order to partake of this incredible powerhouse of creation that you are, you must be able to and willing to experience within yourself, in your mind, that which you wish to manifest. Thoughts become things when you feel them and are able to impress them upon the subconscious mind, which will then take over. Love is the feeling you must learn to assume. Subconscious mind is really a piece of the one mind, and you and I are living in the mind. This universal subconscious mind is the first cause and the stuff from which all things are possible. This thingless thing is really love. When you feel it, truly feel it within your private inner awareness, regarding what you would like to manifest, you gain the power of creation. Recall what St. Francis of Assisi said in one line of his famous prayer, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. You are asking this prayer to have the feeling of the wish fulfilled. When you experience anger, frustration, fear, doubt, worry, stress, and so on, ramp up your love and immerse those negative feelings in a container of pure love. Simply choose to feel good, because every moment of offering love brings you your little sliver of subconscious mind into harmony with the all-creating one universal subconscious mind that is defined as love. 3 suggestions. 1, practice feeling a thought that you have inserted into your imagination. Close your eyes and experience that feeling like in your body. 2, whatever feeling you're attempting to notice in your body regarding your wish or desire, bathe it in love, the synonym for God. Imagine what you want. Imagine and feel that love as if you were now in the possession of it. Continue doing this using love until your desire actually belongs to you. During this process, remind yourself that the more love you offer, the sooner desire becomes reality. Look into your mirror fearlessly, saying, I not only love you, I am love. 3, decide on a habit that you would like to be automatic. Being generous, for example. Tell yourself, I am a generous person. Give something away in the spirit of generosity, even if it's a small coin or a word of encouragement. Chapter 7, your attention, please. Your imagination is able to do all that you ask in proportion to the degree of attention. The key word here is attention. All progress, all fulfillment of desire depend upon the control and the concentration of your attention. You are in the flow of a new consciousness that has no limitations. You are thinking, feeling, and acting as a divine being, part of the universal one mind that knows that all things are possible. Yet, you live in a world where this stance is often considered insane and outright preposterous. Start with subjective attention. Put your subjective attention on the I am that you have firmly planted in your imagination. Refuse to allow any external data to interfere with directing your loving attention on the subjective I am. Redirect your attention with trust, love, and kindness from outside to inside. This is called subjective attention. You want to decide to live from the end. You're wishing for, not toward, an end that others have decided for you. I am perfect health. You might consider being like a pit bull, teeth firmly planted on a rubber bone. You must attach yourself spiritually to what you have placed in your imagination as a future fact, and never allow anyone, anything, any circumstance, no matter how persuasive their case, to alter what you know to be your destiny. I vividly recalled Dr. Maslow's assertion that one of the highest qualities these self-actualizers possess is the inclination to be independent of the good opinion of others. When you trust yourself to decide what is to be your destiny, you don't allow externals to discourage or influence you. Subjective attention means that you and only you are the subjective that impacts the burning desires in your imagination. You are living and feeling as if your future dream is a present fact. You must have faith, and faith is attained through complete trust and confidence in the power of the one universal mind, which you are inexplicably a piece of. In order to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you must be able to feel it in your body long before your senses are aware of it. This requires tenacity on your part and unwillingness to allow your imagination, where all things are created, to be objectified by anything external to yourself. You make the shift from believing to knowing. What you absolutely know is not tinged with doubt. What I know for certain is that there's an emotional component to every illness. Trust in your inner guidance and your divine connection to the creator of worlds, rather than giving so much credence to whatever objectified information appears in your daily life that is an assault on your spiritual nature. To attract appropriate and healthy prosperity or abundance into your life, you need to place all of your attention on what that feels like. You need to be able to feel what that is like even before it materializes to your satisfaction. As a student of human nature, I long ago came to the conclusion that most people do not know how to make money or attract abundance. It is a rare person indeed who is the exception to this observation, although I am certain that you, yes, you, are in the process of leaving that mindset behind. Many people feel that their life isn't fulfilled because they do not trust their own higher self. Quite likely, this is so because they didn't discover earlier in life that they even have a higher or highest self. Seek divine wealth, not the paltry tinsel of earth. Your inward treasure is your feeling of living in a world of unlimited abundance. Say, I am prosperous, I am wealthy, I am content. With your imagination, you will then program your subconscious mind to align with experiences that match what you feel in your body. As a young man, I knew inwardly that money would chase me if I acted on my feelings. I seemed to seek the divine wealth of inner feelings and knew that the outward supply would find me. My story concerning the manifestation of abundance throughout my life is never allowing anyone, no matter how persuasive, to infiltrate my imagination with feels prosperous and able to attract unlimited abundance. The moment you say, I am, you set in motion this power that is inherent within it, all these faculties. It has substance, and it must take on whatever form the attention of the mind is fixed upon. The I am is the fathomless mind of God. Use this fathomless mind of yours to place your attention always on what is aligned with your source of being, the unlimited abundance that is the highest good for all concerned. Happiness is an attitude that comes from within you. Happiness is an inside job. Happiness is an inner belief that you bring to everyone and everything that you undertake, rather than expecting your happiness to come to you from others or from your accomplishments and acquisitions. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Persist in stating your inner mantras of I am happy and I am content while assuming the feeling in your body of this already fulfilled, or as Neville stated, be shameless in your impudence in assuming the feeling of happy contentment. 3 suggestions. Whenever your attention is drawn to negating what you are in the process of manifesting, close your eyes, sit quietly for a moment, and repeat your I am to yourself over and over again until you feel it reverberating with your body. 2, imagine you have a substance that's so strong it can't weaken or break. This is the stuff you dab on your I am as it is placed in your private inner domain. It's equivalent to saying nothing external to myself has the power to remove what I place on my inner screen. 3, inner intentions are a private matter between you and your source of energy. Manifestation is a spiritual exercise. Thus, it defies logic, facts, past experiences, scientific evidence, and all sorts of objective opinions. Chapter 8, Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. Your subconscious mind handles about 96% of all that you undertake in your life. Right before you go to sleep, you are going to tell your subconscious mind how you feel and what wishes God, the universal one subconscious mind, is to fulfill upon awaking from your deep slumber. The feeling which comes in response to the question, how would I feel were my wish fulfilled, is the feeling which should monopolize and immobilize your attention as you relax into sleep. How would I feel were my wish realized? You must be in the consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or to have before you drop off to sleep. If my wishes were realized, how would it feel right here, right now in my body? The key is to keep checking in with your body until you can say in all honesty that I'm feeling that my desire is a present fact. Feelings are the tools that the subconscious automatic mind uses. Your subconscious mind, as you go to sleep, is capable of impressing your great I am upon your subconscious mind, which is a sliver of the one all creating subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is receiving and processing all that you've downloaded into it and getting ready to turn its impressions into form and circumstances. There's a computer ready and waiting to get to work as soon as you doze off and leave your conscious mind behind. All you need to do is place the idea into your sleepy imagination. Feel it in your body. Your heart rate goes up, your breathing increases, you're feeling the joy in your smile, and voila, there it is. You are driving in your new car. Albert Einstein's study of quantum physics was devoted to the simple message that we live in a completed universe and that time is an invention of man and essentially an illusion. There is no time, no cause and effect. Everything you experience is created by your imagination. You have experienced oneness, timelessness, miracle making, and having your wishes fulfilled instantly for 1/3 of your life. Practice thinking like God, your highest self thinks. 3 suggestions. As you lie in bed preparing for your nightly slumber, remember that the last thought you have in your mind can last up to 4 hours in your subconscious mind. Say, I am going to use these moments to review what I intend to manifest into my life. Reproduce this quotation from Saint Germain in the I Am discourses and repeat it at least 3 times as you prepare to go to sleep as a daily, nightly reminder that you are sending forth the greatest decree possible. I am the governing presence, governing in perfect divine order, commanding harmony, happiness, and the presence of God's opulence in my mind, my home, and my world. Chapter 9, making it all come together. The time it takes your assumption to become fact, your desire to be fulfilled, is directly proportional to the naturalness of your feeling of already being what you want to be, of already having your desire. Think about your plan to manifest. Then use your imagination to feel what that feels like in your body. Does it feel natural to you? Do you feel that with your imagination, God, all things are possible? Do you feel entitled to prosperity, health, and happiness? If that feels unnatural, you must take on this task that Neville defines in this way. The essential feeling of naturalness can be achieved by persistently filling your consciousness with imagination, imagining yourself being what you want to be or having what you desire. Does it feel natural for you to be playing that position? If being healthy, prosperous, happy, successful, strong, intelligent, and so on feels unnatural, then naturalness may be achieved by persistently using your imagination and your subjective attention to make this feeling stick. Am I willing to command my I am presence? You are God, not the ego-oriented model. God is love. Therefore, as long as you stay in a state of love, you must be God. Say, I am the conquering presence. I command this I am presence to govern perfectly in my mind, home, and affairs and world. You have sent forth the greatest decree possible to be given. This second question is about you having absolute faith in your own I am presence and the willingness to be insistent on the cooperation of the God force to which you are eternally connected because you are of God. Put all your power back with God. And then when you command, no matter what it is you want, you have all power instantly on hand to bring forth the fulfillment of your decree. Another favorite observation from the I Am discourses is this. Say to your divine self, see here, God, come forth and take care of this. God wants you to set him to work. This releases a flood of the God energy, intelligence, and substance, which flows forth to do the command. You must take the unconditional stand with your body that the I am presence governs this physical body completely and compels it into obedience. You can positively produce whatever you want in your body if you will fix your attention upon the perfection of it, but do not let your attention rest on its imperfectness. imperfections. I want to reemphasize that commanding your I am presence to manifest your heart's desire is not in any way contemptuous or arrogant. If you're not coming from a place of radical humility, then you have invested your efforts in your ego. And that means, of course, that you have edged God out of the entire process. Be in a deep state of gratitude for all that you are currently experiencing and all that you're in process of manifesting, and remain humble for all that comes your way. At the same time, be 100% insistent upon having your wishes fulfilled with the divine assistance of your spiritual source of being. Simply know, beyond all doubt, that your desires are in the midst of hardening into objects of circumstances, facts, and events, along with a new divinely inspired you, as long as those desires are consistent with the third question you're about to ponder. Are my wishes, question 3, in alignment with my highest self? If you place into your imagination wishes that are misaligned with your highest God realized self, you will find yourself frustrated and immobilized. God is love. If your aspirations in any way are outside of this mantra, you will feel lost and you not succeed. This third question is asking if you love as you are loved by the creative source of all. Can you ask out of love? Live and feel as if what you desire is already a present fact, and then allow the universal source of all to provide with no concern about appeasing the demands of your ego. Be willing to give all away in the nature of that love. If you desire to purify your body and live from a disease-free place of perfect health, simply assume the feeling of love throughout your body and live as if it were a reality. Albert Einstein once famously observed that all he wanted to do was learn to think like God thinks. This means living and manifesting from a place of all-encompassing desire to serve others, to be loved, to ask nothing in return for what you give. In other words, to simply be love. Similarly, Lao Tzu, some 6 centuries or so earlier, reminds you that the great sage is kind to be kind and kind to the unkind, because kindness is his nature. Chapter 4, am I free of judgment, condemnation, and criticism? Infinite patience produces immediate effects. The student should constantly look within his human self and see what happens or creations are there that need to be plucked out and disposed of. I had to learn that every single one of God's children is doing what they know how to do, and I need to be able to love them, all of them, as our source of being loves them, without judgment, without condemnation, and without criticism. Yet, if I want to perfect my own world, and I so want to do so, then I must substitute love for these judgments, or to take the consequences of not having my wishes fulfilled. I can only tell you that when I finally got it, and I sent only love to another of God's children, whom I had been judging and criticizing, got the immediate result of inner contentment, and my wishes have definitely assuredly been fulfilled. Question 5, do I pray as if my prayers are already realized? The moment you accept the wish as an accomplished fact, the subconscious finds means for its realization. To pray successfully, then, you must yield to the wish, that is, feel the wish fulfilled. I am a part of the entire business of creation. I am divine consciousness, and I never forget it. With this in mind, I claim peace, health, happiness, joy, prosperity for everyone I know in my life. I surround them with love. I see the love and I feel it for them and myself. I am calling in the I am presence. Simply an awareness of the power that exists within us when we assume that what we pray for, always aligned with our higher selves, is a completed fact. Question 6, is my mind open to infinite possibilities? With God, all things are possible. Synchronistic, unexplainable happenings become more easily accepted, and things you were taught are impossible and outside the realm of reality show up. Question 7, am I willing to meditate to the I am that I am frequencies? The I am that I am tuning force and the associated field created by them is a provocative and exciting sound experience, and the potential is promising. The essence of putting these profound teachings to work in your life: 1, be willing to change your concept of yourself, which means changing what you have believed to be true. 2, recognize yourself as always connected to your source of being. 3, become willing to say, I am God, from an egoless perspective. 4, treasure your greatest gift, your imagination. 5, live as if what you desire is already here. 6, assume the feeling of wish fulfilled. 7, never let your attention be directed by anything or anyone other than your own highest self. 8, use the last moments of your day before sleeping to reinforce in your mind your desires as fulfilled. 9, have a mind that is open to all possibilities. 10, remember, Always, you were born with potential. You were born with goodness and trust. You were born with ideals and dreams. You were born with greatness. You were born with wings. You are not meant for crawling, so don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly. Rumi.